A member of the African Union come the next AU summit, which will take place next month in Malawi. In 2012, Haiti indicated its interest to move from its observer status to member status. It'll be the first time any nation with no geographic connection to the continent of Africa joins the AU. So joining us now to talk about this in our Pretoria studios is His Excellency Ambassador Jacques Junior Baril. He is the Haitian ambassador to South Africa. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Well, thank you for having me.
Let us understand, why would Haiti decide to join the African Union?
Well, I mean, I think it's very important to understand the basic of it. I don't think we decide. I think it's a place that we are entitled to. I think it's a place that we earned after we fought for our independence 212 years ago. We kind of paved the way for every other African nation to be free today. So historically speaking, Haiti actually should have been in the AU already. So we are glad that it's happening now. We are very happy that everybody came to the understanding that our place is actually right there with everybody else from the continent at the AU.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time in discussion. It really has been. But let's, I suppose, look at how Haiti actually hopes that this relationship is going to be mutually beneficial, and what will Haiti contribute and better itself at the same time?
Well, I think one of the first thing that we need to understand is by being part of the African Union, we opening the way to every African living abroad, what we'll call the African diaspora. We're opening the way for them to actually come through, and the same way we are able to actually add to the United States, for instance, because you have almost 1.2 million Haitian living in the United States, and some of them are doctors, some of them are basketball players, lawyers, successful actors. So I think it's time for some of us to come back to our motherland and contribute in the same way. And also politically speaking, I think our history speaks volume. There's a price that we paid when we took our independence 212 years ago, and everybody actually kind of benefit from. And I think that price alone that we've paid will contribute to a lot of the way that we're gonna move forward with this relationship.
Yeah, I mean, when I say it's taken a while, I mean, let's say by 2012, this proposition was already under discussion. It was expected to happen in 2013. What's been what's been stalling this?
Well, we must admit that, you know, when we deal with things like that, when we deal with politics, the politics plays a lot, you know, and situations change every now and then in different countries, and we do have a lot of African presidents that actually supported this movement. South Africa actually was one of the countries that supported the movement a lot. For us to be here today. And, you know, I'm not even going to go back to the time. I'm so happy that today it's happening. We've been pushing a lot. I think I've been traveling all around the continent to consult with our African brothers. And today, for me, is just a great day. And we're waiting in June when it becomes officially the day.
I mean, if we look a little bit at the history of Haiti, and let's just delve into it. I mean, Haiti is reportedly one of the most impoverished countries with one of the highest levels of illiteracy. Yet, it's the first to gain sovereignty. The first European university was opened in Haiti. Other than natural disasters, why is it that Haiti, I suppose, is not moving forward as fast as it should, and what needs to be done to correct it?
Well, you know, I think in situations like this, it's very hard to understand why. But I think the why is also very simple to understand, because we are a country that has been going through political turmoil for many years, and one of those reasons is it's the price that we are paying. You have to remember, when we took our independence, we were actually took out of the world, and I think South Africa is is one of the countries that would understand the situation, and we also, you know, in a situation where we are in between political parties who doesn't necessarily see the interests of the country at heart. But I think we're making great progress. When you take, for example, we had this earthquake in 2010. If you go to Haiti today, you cannot tell that we had an earthquake. Obviously, there's a lot to be done, and we are doing a lot of these things. So, I think it's a matter of time, and I think that move with the AU will definitely be a huge move for the country, because we're going to be able now to sit and directly speak to our brothers. They said to know where you're going, you need to know where you're from, and this is where we're from. Africa is Haiti. Haiti is Africa. Yeah, so I think that move alone will help us to get through.
Yeah. Just finally and very quick, we talk about Haiti, and I know that some of the African states, including here in South Africa, we pledged so much cash to Haiti, and I imagine that really did invoke confidence within Haiti. But just on a closing note, because of the history, Haitians are considered Africans in the diaspora. What would you say are the biggest commonalities? Let's end off the interview like that.
Oh, everything. The question is simple. It's everything, and I can actually give you the example of a couple of South African friends of mine that I took to Haiti a couple of months ago, and the minute they landed, they felt like they closed their eyes for 18 hours, and then they woke up in Africa again. So I think we are actually. For me, we are actually the head office of Africa and the Caribbean and the Americas. So that's what we are. Everything about us is African.
Excellent. Let's leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us here on the program, talking about Haiti being admitted into the African Union. And we were talking to the ambassador representing Haiti in South Africa, His Excellency Jacques Jr. Baril. All right, it's 7 o'clock here.